In terms of membership dues, Case?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, $265,000.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's globally, I take it.
Yeah. And this district does it very well. It's about 40, 50 bucks. But this is for the whole world. $256,000. I couldn't believe it.
That's how many members there are?
No, that's how much money they owe.
Oh, oh my Lord.
Oh, yeah.
Worldwide.
To the district, to the international.
International dues by the entire world.
Yeah, yeah.
How does that compare to other years?
You know, I have no idea. But it probably always was high, I would say. It's hard to collect from a club. They're not paying or whatever. And, it takes a hard thing. It's a job. I don't know. But I thought it was very high, but it is high.
Case, do you have any
outside Naples? Just your president saying hello.
Oh, oh yeah.
It looks to me like it's 6 p.m. Who do we have? Who will we have here?
Are we a quorum?
Let's see. I've got Case,
Holly.
Jim. I'm here. Doug is here. Susan's here. Mike Holmes. Who else do we have?
Looks like 12 of us.
The secretary. I've got 12 folks on my screen.
I'm not a member.
Yes, you are.
You're a member.
I'm not a board member.
You're not bored yet.
No, not yet.
But you should.
Not as long as I have this.
We can bore anybody.
Hey, Mike.
Makes it
Yeah, I
more
know.
fun.
David, Cindy, Cheryl. Mark's not going to be here.
We got 9.
I'm here. Where am I?
Oh, yeah, you are. You're hiding on us. You're hiding on us.
We have a
Bruce
quorum.
is here.
I'm here, but I don't count.
He doesn't count. So we're
Your
just
garage
missing
does.
Cheryl. Mark's not going to be here. How about Cindy O'Hare?
He's there.
He's here.
Oh, Cindy, thank you. All right. So then just Cheryl's probably the only person we're missing. All right, looks good enough to me. It's now 6 o'clock, 6:02 actually. And I say we get this meeting started. We have a quorum, so we should go forward. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. If everybody could rise. I'll go ahead and say it so that we don't have 20 different microphones. I pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the United States
States,
of America and to the republic
for which it stands,
one
one
nation,
nation,
under
under
God,
God, under God,
indivisible, with liberty
and justice
for all.
for all.
Thank you. All right. All right, so let's get this meeting going. Start with the secretary's report. We did not have a meeting last month, so we're going all the way back to April. March is, I guess, April 9th. So I didn't see anything funny on there. Was there anything funny on there we should know about?
Well, except Mark wasn't there and he was abstaining and opposing and all that stuff, but that's really the only funny stuff.
Well, Mark Singer gave me his vote because he couldn't attend that last meeting. And so all of you are so kind to vote yes on everything. I just thought I would make Mark special for not being there. So he's in the official records forever and ever to oppose everything that the club was trying to do. All right, can I have a motion? May I have a motion to accept the secretary's report?
So moved.
So moved.
Oh, Cheryl. Nice
Hey,
to see you.
Cheryl, there she is.
Good to see you, Cheryl.
Sorry about
All right,
that.
so I've got Doug was there first, sorry.
I'll give it to Doug.
So Doug approved. And second, Cheryl, would you like to second?
Yes, I would.
So
That's what it
Cheryl
was.
Orville was seconding. Any discussion about these notes? All right, with no discussion, all in favor? Aye.
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 Sounds like a lot of ayes. All opposed, nay. Hearing no nays. I'll have Mark Singer, who's not here again today, is going to abstain. So it passes. Thank you very much. Perfect notes. Thank you very much to Deidre. Deidre, any correspondences?
I didn't have any correspondences, but we still have 40 members and volunteer hours. April represented the Egg Fest, Potato Fest. So it was 623, May 230.
Okay, so did everybody hear that? Because it's cutting in
No.
and out. I don't know if it's
No,
your.
it is. There's static. Yeah.
Okay. Father Jim, is that us? Is that you? Or is that Deidre?
Teacher should mute herself to experiment.
Yeah, you're coming in loud and clear. So can you hear my voice? Am I cracking up?
Loud and clear.
No, but I hear
Yeah.
clicking. Yeah. You were
If
clear.
everybody just mutes for a second.
Yeah.
Okay, that means there's somebody has got a crackly line. That's basically it, I think.
Now it's stopped.
Yeah. So everybody, let me see. Deidre, just on you. Oh, somebody disappeared. Doug, you just on you.
I'm unmuted now.
Okay, that seems okay. Who else is?
I'm hearing it again. As soon as Doug, was that Doug that unmuted?
I just unmuted.
No.
I was hearing it when
No, I
Father
think
Jim
it
was
was, I think it
talking.
was Deidre actually. She came back on.
Okay,
Yeah, I think it may be Deidre.
Yep.
But usually it's probably good for everybody to mute until they want to say something.
Mike, would you like to invite Deidre to your computer? I think you nodded yes because you had your microphone off.
I have it on now, and she's coming this way.
All right. And we're all adults. You can sit on your lap if you want to.
I can't unsee that.
See the stuff you miss, Bruce, when you're not here? Okay, so we have the secretary's report. Thank you very much, Madam Secretary. Okay, so now we have the treasurer's report. We have both April and May for both the administrative and the foundation. Technically, I believe we have to go through both of them. I mean, it doesn't have to be a drawn out affair here unless you got questions, but our treasurer should present both months and each of the foundation and the administrative. So, Madam Treasurer.
Okay, we'll start with April for the club. So that's the first 5 pages of what you have for April. Bank balance at the end of April was a little over 4,500. And the dues due were just under 3,000. Not a lot of activity in the month of April. You can see that on page 4. The dues invoices did go out, and then the few expenses. If we go back to page 2, that's showing you the year-to-date to April. There's really nothing major of note. I do have a concern, but I'll bring that up when we look at May, unless there's any questions for the April club finances.
Do we have any questions for the April club? Okay, does it make sense to go, will that be too confusing to go to the May club? You guys all right with that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we need to get a
To the May.
first
So
and
the
second on
balances will
that
just
one.
continue forward.
Do you want to get a first and second approval for April before I go to May? Or?
I was
Yes.
thinking we could do by club and foundation, so let's do that. Is that okay?
Yeah,
Anybody got a
that's
problem
fine.
with that?
That's
If you
fine.
do, you become president and run the show. All right, so let's go to the May, if you can, the club.
Okay, again, it's the first 4 or 5 pages. The bank balance is showing, again, a little over 4,000. You can see the dues receivable has gone down. Primarily, we got a lot of that quarter's dues in. I also got a number of the older outstanding ones in. Another one of which I got only yesterday. So that's my statements are working, which pleases me. Page 4 again is just for the month. So we ran a loss for the month, obviously, because there was no dues invoices going out. But if you would go back to page 2 and 3, which is basically the year-to-date against budget, and this is where I want to air my concern and need an opinion if this is the right place to do it. The budget we were running was always going to be a negative budget. We knew that at the beginning of the year. You can see from October to May on page 3, we're now right down to $700 in the black for the year. My concern is early next year, I am going to have to pay international dues. And if we continue the way we're going, the money is not going to be there to do it.
Okay, so you're talking about early 2025.
No, I'm talking about October 2024.
Oh, October.
Mm.
Okay, so basically, Susan Agnelli's got a problem.
Thanks so much.
Oh, come on, we won't do that to you.
Can the money be taken from some other account?
There isn't another account. The club is the club. I don't think you can move money from the foundation to the club. Foundation is a charity. you know, my concern is as well for the rest of the year, we also have budgeted to give money to people going to the conventions, which if we do that, our bank balance will basically go down by half, which would mean we'd be starting the beginning of next year with approximately $2,000 in the bank account, and the international dues are $5,000. And that's excluding all other expenses that have to happen. So I'm just throwing that out there, making people aware. I don't want you to suddenly
The
come up
club
against
money can only come from the members. Is that correct? None of our fundraisers can go to support our club.
We can do fundraisers for the club, but most of our fundraising activities are generally geared for some kid's project or whatever. So typically the funds are coming from happy dollars, fines and that kind of stuff, 50-50. Well, we did good with the football pool. Membership dues, people paying in their dues. We seem to be okay there.
Can I speak?
Yes, go ahead, Mike.
Okay, just real quick. We just found, you know, we started the year with a negative budget. That is the negative budget. That is the negative number. I mean, we started at minus 6415 when we budgeted the year, and we just flushed out where we got the problem. And now we see, you know, what the problem is.
What do you mean?
So negative 6415 we started the year with. That means when we started the year and we budgeted 5,600 for international dues, basically we knew that our problem number was international dues. We didn't know it really because we came up with a negative budget, but that's where it turns out to be. Did I say that clearly?
No.
Yes, I get what you said. I'm looking at the October 23rd to May 24th balance sheet. Profit and loss. I'm sorry.
Right. There are a few other items where, you know, that took us over that made us a minus 6415. And now that we've, you know, we're not addressing anything for the 40th anniversary. That's still at a 0. So that's what reduces the negative 6415 and a few other numbers. But the problem is, okay, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut it. I apologize.
I'm good.
No, I was just going to say, Owen, your concern is our cash balance, correct?
Yeah, I mean, the hope always was, even though we were running a negative budget, that it wouldn't happen. You know, we were very hopeful at the beginning of the year that we'd get new members, et cetera, that the income would be higher. But I'm just, you know, letting people realize the reality that we are going to run a negative budget, and it's going to cause issues. You know.
Okay.
Were the dues higher than you expected, Ali? The international dues?
No.
As I say, that's why we knew we had a negative budget. We knew we were going to have a problem, but we hoped as the year went along, there might be more income, but there hasn't been.
Okay. I certainly am not a fan of kicking the can down the road. So we definitely have to look at doing something here coming up in the next 4 months.
Hey, I gotta go. Yeah. Let's have an axe throwing contest. No, I'm serious.
Granddaughter here.
Is this before I put life insurance on everybody?
No, I'm serious. One of the other clubs used it as a fundraiser for their club. They had an axe throwing competition. There's a place here in Naples that you can throw axes.
Right down at the corner.
Well, I think it's a little too late right now for me to charge a normal theater ticket price of $26.50 to come and see Stocky 5 Tale of the Tape on Thursday. But we should probably consider doing a club fundraiser. I had planned on doing a golf outing, and several other clubs are doing it as well. And it's really hard to do back to back club golf outings because, like, I'm going to attend the other two, but I'm asking them to attend ours, and suddenly you find yourself spending $150 to go golf for another club, and then they got to come to you. Anyways, I'm trying to still work that out, what we can do if it's a golf outing or it's something else. But there still could be a fundraiser, which would be for the club between now and the end of the year. And Cheryl, you could certainly do a foster kid throw the axe contest or something. I don't know what to do, but we get something done.
I'm going to look into it.
We've been talking to him about, the content of the meetings and stuff. Why don't we just schedule one meeting to be a brainstorming for fundraising and just, dedicate that time to it, write up the ideas, get the whole membership who are coming to the meetings to chip in, 20, 25 minutes of it.
Yeah, I mean, we've got cash for today. We're just thinking October's not going to be pretty, so we better address this, because it's not like the club is like the foundation where we can pull like $30,000 from. So we're going to have to address it.
Mm-hmm.
Father, I think that's a great idea. It is the club that's got the issue, so we should probably try to get the club all involved in it. Obviously, the board has to make the direction, like, I don't know, is it too dangerous to have an axe throwing fundraiser? I've seen us putt golf balls, and it could get dangerous enough, let alone throwing an axe. But
Can we think about it for Thursday night? Can you add it to the agenda for the meeting this coming Thursday night?
yeah, Thursday.
Let's do it.
Not to spoil it, some of you have seen the movie before, but the movie's like 30 minutes long, and then there's like 15 minutes of outtakes, which are funnier than the movie. And so it's 45 minutes, and then we eat. So we will have time to discuss. Certainly, I'll run it like a night meeting. So, and we'll have spouses there to add to it. So I think that's a positive. So let's go ahead and I'll put that on the agenda for Thursday.
Can we use the foundation money to buy balaclava helmets and a getaway car?
Maybe.
Hey, can I speak for a minute, Tim?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I don't want to belabor the point, but just real quick, we have $5,200 in the bank right now, correct, Ollie?
42.
Okay, 42. So you take the 42, and what are we going to spend and take in before the end of the year? So we're going to take in $4,000 for dues. We're going to take in $1,800 for happy dollars. Let's assume. We're going to spend $3,000 for meals. What else? If we trim a few things back, if we don't do the installation banquet.
Usually there's a stipend for the convention.
Yeah, you've got a $2,500 stipend for convention
there.
Yeah. Okay. That's on the next page somewhere. Yes.
Yeah, it's on page
25.
True.
So
yeah.
The 4 will become basically about 7, perhaps. So I think we're in straits. We're just not in dire straits. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if you say there's 4 there now, dues are probably only 3 because I have a number of people who have already paid in advance.
Prepaid?
So,
Okay.
yeah. So you may get that up to 8. But as I say, with your meals, that comes down to 5. With the 2.5, that comes down to 2.5. And any other little expenditure. So you're probably looking at having 2.5 in the bank at the end of the year. And then, as I say, at the beginning of the year, you're looking at those international dues, and you're also looking at the installation banquet. That's the other big thing that happens at the beginning of the year. So
We decided not to have that in a big, like we have it.
Well, I think that's going to flush out in the later comments that I'm going to discuss. So I think we are on guard that we are going to need to do something, and I'll bring that up at Thursday's meeting, and then we'll go from there between now and the rest of the year. Cheryl's going to need our help.
I got this, guys.
Obviously, Dale's not there, and she's opening up the checkbook and she's writing a check as we speak.
Don't tell Dale.
Don't tell
Dale. All right. So that would be both of the clubs' balance sheet and P&L for April and May. So do I have a motion on passing the April and May club financials?
I so move.
Who's that? Susan?
That was Susan. Yeah. Even though she knows she's going to inherit debt, she still says, sure. Okay. Anybody want to second that?
I'll second it.
Oh, go ahead.
All right. We're going with Case Van Creef. And I think we had discussion, but is there any more discussion?
I just wondered, what about things like empty bowls? That doesn't hurt anybody. Can that be a fundraiser for the club rather than a fundraiser for projects?
Yeah, I mean, I think we could seriously look at the direction that we take some of these funds. So we'll have to take
the issue with empty bowls is being that it's a fundraiser for them, the way they run it.
Right, it is. It is.
Yeah.
we don't get any money out of it.
We didn't get any money out of them. Well, we should charge twice as much.
Yeah, but it's money for them.
Be able to make some money and us be able to make some money as well.
Okay, so is that we're no discussing, or do I have to make another motion here? Are we going to make a change?
No, that was just a question.
Okay.
No more discussion.
Okay, so all in favor of passing the April-May club, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any nays?
Mark Singer.
Not hearing any nays. We'll have Mark Singer will abstain just because I like that word today. And the motion passes that we approve that. So, okay, now we'll go on to the foundation for April, May. Owen, is your thing on, or are you not looking? Do we lose Owen?
He's frozen.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm not moving though. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Yep,
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Okay.
we can hear you.
Okay, we're moving on to the foundation.
We're moving on to the foundation for April and May, please.
Okay. Again, the activity in April is quite low. If you turn to page 9, the big thing for the month was we received a $5,000 check from Bonita Fest. That was the big activity for the month. So I don't mean to jump around, but so if you go back to page 5, we had 4,500 in the bank account. So Bonita Fest did us well.
Good timing.
The other big balance you're seeing there on the balance sheet is the 14.5 for the events, but that was money we were holding for the Green Egg Fest. Not actually our money, but that's what you're seeing there on that.
Okay, that was the profit and loss for April, right?
Yeah, yeah. So the budget to date, which for me is always much more interesting. So that in April is pages 6, 7, and 8. Pretty well doing well. The bottom line on page 8 showing that we're ahead of budget. We're showing, sorry, I take that back. Forget all the other income and expense at the bottom because that is all Egg Fest. What we need to look at is about halfway down, which is net ordinary income, where we had budgeted 7.5 in profit and we're looking at 2.5. But you will see in May that suddenly gets an awful lot healthier. So I don't know whether you want to peruse them and come back.
Well, let's go to the profit and loss of May. So everybody following, we're on the profit and loss now for May.
Okay, let's go to May. That's more exciting.
And you're right.
Yes, it is, because we look at the balance sheet, we suddenly have $17,000 in the bank account. So we've jumped from 4.2 to 16.9, which is great. And then if you jump to page 10, you'll see why. We got the money in from pickleball, which was $2,500, and we also got $9,000 from Egg Fest, which was wonderful. We also got, you'll see there, the endowment donations, which Tim has been reminding us we've been waiting for quite a while now. So that finally came in as well.
So that was you put that as a straight donation, right? So that went in.
It's sitting in the endowment checking account.
Yeah, but won't that show up on our P&L as a donation?
It does.
It does under other income, a donation.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Okay.
No, it's there as endowment donation.
Okay, in the 4,005.1, correct?
That's right.
Okay, got it. Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, so pickleball, the endowment, Egg Fest. What's the $900 from the foster children? How did we get $900 from that? Was that grant?
That's what I'm wondering.
That was an in and out. That was an in and out. We got the grant and then we wrote them a check. So you'll see a baby shower expense further down.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So then just to bring your attention, if you go to page, there's a lot of pages this time, but the budget fee actual is pages 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Right.
But if you go to page 8, and I'm going to bring you again to that net ordinary income line,
Yes.
We estimated that our profit for the year would be 7.5, and we're now showing 10. So we're looking quite nice in the foundation right now.
Yeah, excellent. Okay. All right, but yeah, technically we're supposed to be at 950 for the year. And we're only at 18.8. I mean, $8,818. Is that right?
I don't know where you're getting those figures.
On page 8.
Yeah.
Those are-
I'm sorry, that's total
Those are
expense.
expenses.
Never
Those are
mind.
expenses.
I didn't go all the way to the other number. Never mind.
Never mind.
Okay,
Never mind.
okay.
Ordinary income is 10,119, and for our budget, it's supposed to be 7,500. So we're
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, so somehow the foundation is going to do a fundraiser for the club. We're gonna move $3,000 over, and then Susan won't quit before she starts. Okay. All right. So, any other questions? All right. Do we have to talk about the balance sheet? Anything in the balance sheet? April, May?
No, most of the activities have happened now. We had the scholarship banquet. We've done all that. And so you can see those bank balances moving forward. That events account will pretty well stay as it is until we have another event that want to use that account to go in and out of. The key club north side, which is what we use for our scholarships, is showing a little over 3.5. And then our divisional is only got 200 in it right now.
I'm going to ask a stupid question. We wrote $9,000 in scholarships, specifically to the kids. Has anybody cashed any of those checks yet?
Yes. Yeah.
All or some?
Not only some, but they're the balance sheet's on an accrual basis, so that's just as if it's all cash.
Yeah, I just was wondering what the status of that was. Okay.
Of the 9, 6 of them are cashed at this point.
Okay. And I know this is going back in history, Cheryl or Owen, did we find the one missing check? Was there a missing check, and did we find it?
Yeah, we found it.
Okay.
And it's
I've got a question. Owen, you were needing a check from Naples on the Gulf to reimburse us for the bus that we paid for. Did you receive that yet?
Nope.
That would be a no.
No?
No. That would go into that division account, which would make it a little bit healthier.
All right, I'll email Corky again about that.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Did you get the one from the downtown club?
Yeah, I was to get 3, and I've got 2. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If Corky gives you any problems, Cheryl, just tell him that Tim's got property in the mountains and they'll never find his body. He's got property up in the mountains too, and he tells me the same thing. So it's turnaround is fair play. All right. So do we have a motion to approve the foundation April, May? Anybody want to make a motion?
I'll
move.
Nobody.
Okay, Cheryl. Thank you, Cheryl.
And Mike.
And Mike can second. And I think we had our discussion, but I'll say it anyways because that's Robert's rules. All right, with no discussion, all in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? Crickets? Okay. All right. It passes. Thank you very much for 2 months worth of work in 1 month.
Mr. Chairman,
Definitely appreciate that. I'm not going to
Tim,
spend too much.
can you hear me?
Yes.
can we just acknowledge Mike's hard work on those two big fundraisers? He put a lot of
Yeah,
work into it.
absolutely. Thank you, Father Jim. I have a note here to do so. It was under old business, I guess, because Mike's older than me. But we could do it right now. It'd be a great timing. Thank you very much, Mike. Obviously, it'd be nice if you did something for the club too, because we apparently are going to need money there. But you're killing it for the foundation, and we greatly appreciate it. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That was, and really, Mike, you're the guy. But then on the other side of it, definitely for Egg Fest, there was a lot of you who were on this Zoom today were responsible for being there from the beginning to the end, not just for a shift. So thank you for everybody who did that. But I think it was great working with a number of key clubbers that we had. It was a lot of fun. So all is good. All right. I'm just going to blur based on the Raymond James statements, similar to what our treasurer said. The April statements were change in value was down $10,379. So we started in April at 266,536. It went down approximately $10,100 due to market change. And then in April, May 1st to the 31st, it went up $7,754. So we made back a lot of that market. We are still just year to date from January 1 to now, we're still over $11,000. 13, I'd say 12, 12.3 or 12.4 if you include interest and dividends. So we're still doing quite well for the year with that money. So all is good there. And that's not a motion or anything. That was just me giving you an update. All right. Now I'm going to move on to old business. Tim Tuttle, I saw you on here, right? Are you on here? Is he on here? He's not on here.
He's on.
He's quiet.
He's muted.
He's on, he's muted.
There now.
Muted.
Now I'm on.
He took his picture away. Hey Tim, anything on the church rug cleaning? I know you've been, getting body parts replaced, so you didn't have a chance. But did you talk to Pastor Chris?
I can get back into it. It's going to have to be key clubbers. I'm not 100%.
Can I make a comment?
Yes.
Okay. I talked to Vince, who is the Key Club advisor for Immokalee, and he is telling me that Immokalee cannot do that, as they would have to get a school bus to bring those kids down. And he did not feel like that was a suitable project for them. He's like, I really think that's an adult project. Now, what I'm thinking is that I agree, we need to have some adults there, maybe working the machines, but maybe have the key clubbers there assisting. So we can look at doing it in September with our clubs and leave Immokalee out of it, because Vince said it's a no-go for him.
Okay.
All right.
Well, surprisingly, they brought a bus to Green Egg Fest. So, and the kids that I met and worked with would have cleaned it with a toothbrush and toothpaste. I'm just saying, they were gung ho to do anything.
I know.
Sorry, who is Vince?
Vince, who is the Kiwanis advisor for Key Club out in Immokalee.
And does he get to say that, or is it up to the volunteers, the kids themselves to do it?
Well, he said that he does not think that that's an appropriate event for the kids, that he would not advise them to do that event.
Well, Vince is Vince is at Naples on the golf.
Yeah.
And I've already discussed with Corky moving the Immokalee Club to us, since Vince seems to not get them motivated to do stuff, and they definitely like working with us. So I can't step on any toes, but I'm in discussions right now, and we'll see what happens.
Now I can contact Jonathan, who's the Key Club advisor. I could call him and talk to him directly.
Yeah, I would suggest that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Vince is out of the picture. He hasn't done anything so far. He doesn't get to make that decision.
No, I coordinated with Jonathan and their president. I forget what the young man's name was for the entire Big Green Egg Fest. So I don't think Vince. I don't even know why Vince would say that when he really had little or nothing to do with them.
Okay, all right. I'll contact Jonathan then. And
Okay.
I'm in agreement with that. Okay, so we're still working on that. We'll try to get this one. I think this one's been on our books for going on 2 years, so let's get it done.
Yep.
The next item we have is
President.
What's that?
I will vow to get that taken care of.
Okay.
Good.
All right. Number 2 is withdrawal from the endowment for scholarships. So our treasurer came to me and said, "Hey, it's nice that we're giving $9,000 away, but we only had like 3,000 in cash or something. So the checks were going to start bouncing." Obviously the endowment that we have with Raymond James at $260,000+, and that money is for the kids. Clearly, scholarships is for the kids. I made a move with Owen to move $4,400 over to cover the scholarships that we didn't have cash in our checking account to do that. So just wanted to put it in the record, and I actually am going to ask for a vote, kind of past tense here, but that we approve the moving of the funds from the endowment to our checking account to pay for scholarships, because that's what it's there for when we run low on cash in the endowment. So that's what it's about. So someone please make a motion. I can't do that. I would appreciate it.
I'll make the motion.
Avon's making the motion. Thank you very much. Avon's
Wait,
made a motion. Can I have a second, please?
I'll move it.
You have to go to discussion.
All right, Susan was faster than Case. So we've got Avon and Susan. Thank you very much. I don't think there's any discussion. Anybody got any
Yes,
questions?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Sue, please, go ahead. Yes.
Shouldn't that money have been moved over before the scholarships were given? Isn't that money coming out of the endowment fund?
No, this is, we have 2 levels. If you look at the balance sheet, there's like a checking account for the endowment that runs it on a daily basis. And then there's the Raymond James investment account. We used to just keep like a CD for our extra cash. But now that we're in, 6 figures, we don't keep it in a CD. So we do investments. And so instead of having that money sitting in doing nothing in a money market account or a checking account, we now have it invested in the Raymond James money, earning monies.
That makes lots of sense. But before
Yeah.
we give out $9,000, shouldn't we make sure that there's money to cover it?
There is money to cover it.
Be offensive to anybody here, but about 9 minutes before the meeting, we were signing checks and doing stuff. So Susan, it doesn't work out like a year in advance. It works out like the 11th and a half hour. We picked the 9 kids. We were supposed to have 10. 2 kids fell out. I don't even know. I can't even tell you all the background, but it comes down to the 11th hour. And then the last minute call from the treasurer going, hey, that's great. We're doing $9,000, but I only got, $4 in the bank account. So what are we going to do? So I had to pull the trigger on making sure that was funded. It's
Okay.
not a bad move here. It's just a move that, some of us are still working stiffs and we have to fill it in somewhere in between. I know. So that's what happened.
More
Okay.
more comments.
Deidre? Yeah. Mike, Deidre? Yep.
How much did we take from the endowment fund to fund the 9,000 in scholarships?
$4,400.
Okay.
Remember the good old days when we used to take money out of the foundation and give it to the endowment?
Yes. Yep. It's still a goal. It's still a goal. And we have done it in the past. So we'll get back there. I had a first, a second, all discussions over. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Even Mark said aye. All opposed? All right, it passes. Thank you very much, everybody. And Deidre, just please make sure that that's in the notes to back that up, because that's the important stuff that we have to have, that we made that move. All right. Protected harbors, number 3. That's not even up for discussion. Because I got a last minute message today that was taken care of. I had brought up in my last meeting that Protected Harbor was looking for like $24,000 to buy a van to pick up people to participate in their programs. And I thought it'd be a great opportunity to get some TV time with Wink or something, where Northside Naples would wrap the van that they were using and all that good stuff. Well, anyways, they did get $10,000 that they needed. They were $14,000 short. I put it on today's list to say, hey, can we still consider at least being a partial investor in this, as it's a great opportunity for our club. And I got the news that someone else already donated it. So we totally missed the boat on that opportunity with Bob and Pat and Protected Harbor, which we do a lot of things for. This would have been a normal, perfect fit for us, but we missed that great opportunity. So we don't even need to discuss that one. That one's done. Let's see. I'm going to, we're running low here on time. So I'm going to quickly move to well, no, I don't want to do that. I'm going to move to one that's not on here. That's my fault. Mary Ann is on here. Mary Ann had made a suggestion to make it at the last board meeting. She couldn't attend, but we couldn't attend either. We didn't have enough people. So,
Exactly.
Mary Ann made a suggestion.
The suggestions were actually from the membership committee when we met in April or May. And the suggestion were threefold. First, to have for the 40th anniversary special, a special price of $40 per year for brand new members, just good till the September of 25, just $40 for 1 year to kind of take a look at us, see what we do, this kind of thing. I thought that might be a motivating factor just for 1 year. The second recommendation was that the second Thursday, I said Tuesday, but I meant Thursday, of every month should be an evening meeting. And if we get into the habit of the second Thursday of every month being a night meeting, I think that would be very helpful to our membership. And the third one was something that in the financial hole that we're in now, I don't know if we're going to be able to do this, but we were considering September 12th, which is would be the second Thursday night of the month, extended invitation for potential members to include the parents of all of our Key Club kids, and then include any potential members of our current group. But we'd need money for food and beverage, and I don't know if we can pull that off now. I don't know, but it would. We really should have some evening soon, as soon as the school gets back together, to invite all the parents of the Key Club kids. And then again, any other people that we're thinking of as possibly joining us. So those were the three things we thought of. A special price of $40 for the 40th anniversary, just for new members for 1 year. Meeting the second Thursday night of every month for a night meeting, and designating September 12th as an invitation to come see us one night. So those were the three recommendations. Also, still in membership, we never heard from Jenna Waterbury. She was never inducted. So she really, and she will not answer any of my phone calls or my emails now. She did in the beginning. Her brother-in-law had died, and then in the next month it was something else. And I said, well, there's no pressure, but we would love to have you. Can you give me either a yes or a no as to if you're still interested, or if there's anything we can do to help you? And there was no response, and there hasn't been for the last 3 times I've tried to reach her. So I don't think we should try it anymore. She was never inducted. She was voted in. So there's that. And the
Plus,
other
we
member,
paid for her. We paid for her too.
Did we
I
Sure,
know.
had to pay, yeah.
Yeah, we got a bill for her, right, Ollie? We got a bill for her. Yeah.
Well, this is not the first time I've mentioned it, but anyway. And the other thing is that my very dear friend, Linda Shriver, her illness, her Alzheimer's, has progressed tremendously. And she remembers being in our club, but she didn't remember ever paying, and she can't pay now, and she can't live alone. She's living with her daughter, and she can't remember very much about things. And so I asked her, the last 3 times I was with her, I asked if she would then like to just write a little letter explaining that she can no longer be a member. And each time she said so. And then the next time I said, did you write the letter? She had no idea what I was talking about. So I'm terribly sorry, but
That's heartbreaking.
Yeah, we don't need to push her in that position.
No.
Obviously, if there's something we can do as a club, make
Well-
a dinner, bring something over to her, whatever. She was a member. She was a super nice person.
And she is, and she keeps saying things like, "Oh, I've got to do something with Kiwanis." She says, if some volunteer thing comes up, let me see if I'm well enough to do it, if I feel okay to do it, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's
So,
nice.
anyway, I said that I mentioned to you that if you would like me to write the letter as having been her sponsor, if you need something in writing, I'm happy to put something in for her, or write the letter
Board,
and then take it over and ask her to sign it.
yeah, board members, I don't think we need to do anything like that. Just knowing the story is enough, I believe.
Yeah.
We're
When I
not going to
told-
put a legalese on her that she's got to write something,
No.
otherwise she can't get out.
Well,
We've
anyway,
never required a letter.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, that was kind
Some
of you,
people have
Mary Ann.
provided it.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
anyway, it breaks my heart because that's my 2
Sure.
closest friends. Both have Alzheimer's now, and it's just
Oh.
driving me crazy. And
Right.
I'm just devastated for my best friend Meg and Linda. So
I'm
anyway,
very sorry there. And
Oh.
again, if Linda, I think everybody knows Linda, if there's something without being intrusive on her
Yeah.
life or her family. I'm
Yeah,
sure
well,
no
we go out
side
to
could
dinner.
do
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, we go out to dinner once every week or week and a half or so. And she's perky and nice and everything, but by the end of the conversation, by the end of the hour or so, she's asked me the same question 4 times. And, what are you doing this week? That kind of thing. So
Oh.
I totally
anyway, I
understand.
love her to death. And that's the story on Linda.
If Marianne, on Jenna Waterbury, we have a thing in sales. You got about an 80% chance if you ask the 4th time. Most people don't ask the first time, but if you ask them the 4th time, ask her one more time, and then we'll just have to write that off. It is what it is. It
Okay.
happens all the
Okay.
time.
I'm willing to
would
do
reach
it.
out one more time saying, we're not giving up on you. Because there's a lot of kids that could use you. So give that a
That's the way
try.
I'll put it. That's
As
the way I'll
far-
put it too.
Yeah, as far as all the membership stuff, I mean, clearly, if we were to drop, and you're talking about just that, instead of putting $100 down, or are you talking about dropping their dues to $40 a quarter, or for the
I'm
whole
just
year?
saying for 1 year, just charge $40 just to try us out for a year. This was just a thought, or 40.
Yeah.
It
I
was
mean,
just,
we normally do $100 check, I believe it is. Let me know. Someone yell at me. I think it's $100 with your application.
No, no more.
Oh, that's no more?
No.
Well, that's why I'm only
Yeah.
president for a quarter, and this is my last meeting.
International, they
Application fee.
wanted $100, you understand? So, but no more.
Yeah, it used to be $100. Okay, all right. So there's no savings there. I can't speak for the club. I mean, the board would have to vote on that. But I think as we're running late here, I'm going to. I think Marianne, you described it perfectly, and I'll get this email out. And this does come from the membership committee. So this was a
Correct.
committee decision. Everybody put this together. This isn't just a
Yes.
member saying this.
yes.
So they gave it some thought, but we'll have to put this more concise. Those 2 items, I think we've all talked about. We've got to move to a night meeting.
Well,
I
that's
just
why I'm
think
thinking if the membership committee felt that if this was a
solid
regular
night
thing,
meeting.
the second Thursday of the month, you'll have to cross off the Tuesday and put Thursday on my notes, but
Right.
the
Yep,
second Thursday night of the month. And then this meeting in September, were we to have it, for potential members, and most particularly the Key Club parents, and we can have it as a Key Club parent night where you get to know us and what we do for the Key Club, and maybe have slides or movie on what all we've done with. My God, we've got thousands of photos of Key Clubs, and have one night when we can do that, and maybe just cheese and crackers, and I mean, people don't care anymore about food. They
I would
really
agree with
don't.
that.
It wouldn't have to be such a big dinner.
No,
Yeah, I would
no
agree with
dinner, nothing like that.
No.
I agree. Okay, so
Something to think about.
I would like to bring this up for a vote, but not today. I think it should be tabled to the next meeting. If you don't mind, Marianne, I thank you for you and the committee. I think that
Right.
included Case
Good suggestions.
and others. I think we got to restructure the $40 thing. I don't think that's going to work, but I do think a night meeting for sure cemented. And I love the idea of some sort of a special invitation. We're missing the boat on these Key Club parents. I said that all along. So can I have a motion to table this to next board meeting, please?
What are you tabling exactly, Tim?
Yeah.
So put together recommendations from the membership committee to potentially vote on making changes to adding a night meeting from our current day meetings. And also consider some sort of an introductory annual fee And also if there can be some sort of a evening cocktail party meeting for bringing in Key Club parents. And we really need to bring in new members. So I think that's something that we could package together and do a better presentation maybe next month. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Susan?
Just one thing, I mean, other clubs pay for their breakfast as they attend.
That's correct.
If we got new members, couldn't that be something that happened rather than including the breakfast?
Or not at a
think-
restaurant.
Yeah, they're eating at a restaurant. So, and some people buy, waffles and, they have all kinds of stuff. And some people just get a cup of coffee. So they pick and choose how much they want to spend. So that's up to them. We've always, Northside is always, now that doesn't mean we have to stay that way, but we've always, and right now, compared to other opportunities we have, the fact that we have skillets delivering such a feast for low
They're
dollars.
wonderful breakfasts, I agree, but
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, some of you don't know that, but in the day when we were in Palm River, we had a chef and she used to cook us a hell of a breakfast, eggs and bacon. And it was ridiculous. And it was all part of our dues, which was phenomenal.
So if you readdress the breakfast issue, you're gonna have to readdress the dues issue as well, because people are paying for the breakfast in their shoes.
Right.
In the
Right.
restaurant.
Yeah. I think
but if we
that's
offer a year at $40 and don't charge dues, something's got to give.
yes, absolutely. That's why we got to rethink this one, and we're not going to do it whereas we're running 5 minutes late already.
No.
So,
I agree.
all right. So I would
And-
appreciate. We're going to table that one till the next meeting.
Avon had his hand up.
Can I make a comment?
Oh, Avon, I'm sorry, I didn't see you. Go ahead.
Rather than kicking the can down the road, can't we just agree that we should have an evening meeting once a month, and that we will have a special meeting in September and a reduced fee, whatever that might be. We can discuss the details of that, but let's get the ball rolling.
We got to
Yes.
get it rolling. We cannot wait a month again, Right, I agree.
Okay, so if we, as a board, right here, take a vote to make those changes.
In principle, those
But-
three.
Okay, and in principle, I agree with you, but that's like a polite kick down the road, because we're still not going to do it next Thursday. That ain't happening. We're still going to be
Why
pushing
not?
it to July.
No, but it just has to be organized, that's all, and then do it,
Yeah.
But to wait a month, then we take another month again,
Okay.
The year is
all right,
almost
so-
over, the year is almost over, so.
Okay, so Avon, do you want to do a motion for me, please?
I make the motion that the board will approve in principle the three recommendations from the membership committee to have a reduced fee for new members for the new year. The exact amount to be determined, to see if we can plan for an evening meeting on the second Thursday of every month, and on September 12th have a special meeting for potential members and Key Club parents.
I second that.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Okay, I've got a motion and a second. Any discussion? None. All right, having heard no discussion, I bring it to a vote. All in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
aye.
All opposed? All right, motion passes. All right, we'll be looking to to have that more formalized and started as soon as possible. All right. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
now we're down to number 4, which I had, and the request for update the endowment documents. I'm going to go to that one quickly. I mean, the endowment is near and dear to my heart, Avon's heart. A number of us, Billy's not in the club, but it's still close to his heart. Basically, looking back on history, when we had the March meeting, there was some discussions about using funds so that we could have a 40th celebration. And things, didn't go perfect, but that's what discussion is all about. But what came to my mind afterwards is this is why I brought this up. And this isn't anything, I'm just floating this out there. This doesn't have to be voted on, because the endowment committee can just certainly bring this like the membership committee did, a plan B. I call it plan B. And plan B is looking at like what happened to Golden Gate, that had a endowment fund, if you will. And then when they closed the club down, we were blessed with 3 members and money. So that was a nice thing. We're certainly glad for the members and thankful for the money. Right now, if this happens to Northside, if we can't keep it together and our membership goes down, we're looking at, we don't have any facility to pay out $260,000 that's sitting in the endowment fund right now. So I think the wording and the verbiage needs to be changed. And I think the committee should get together to do so. And I just wanted the board to know that I'm going to recommend that we have a meeting on that. And certainly we discuss what plans could be for distributing those funds in case Northside is not here. So that was my point on that. Nothing to vote on. I'm just letting you know the committee will meet and we will give some opportunities. Avon is waving his hands. Yes, sir, Avon.
I'd like to have a chance to review the current documents. I lost all of the endowment documents during Ian, and I have been asking for a meeting for the endowment committee for months. And we just need to do that. Now, I'm going to be leaving for New York on Tuesday of next week, and I won't be back until the first week in September. But I can be available by June. So if you can forward to me the current documents for the endowment fund, I'll start working on it.
You got it. We all have second jobs, even if you're retired. So not too sure how many years you're going to keep blaming that poor Ian guy, but hopefully
we're still recovering.
We're still in recovery. Okay. So we will, I'll send that document to you. And, we've been talking about doing this for a while. So, all right. So that's that. So the last thing I have, and this is number 4, which is the 40th anniversary celebration. I call it the 800-pound gorilla in the room. We designed this entire year to have 4 presidents to represent and support Case Van Cleef as president for the year. We had some high hopes and plans. Our first swing at the fence, we swung around 3 times on one swing and struck out with one swing. So we pushed off the plans for the dinner and a celebration. And to my knowledge, and speaking to people as president, there's still a mix of who wants to do something, who doesn't want to do something, who wants to be in tuxedos, who wants to be in their underwear. So we've got a large disparity out there, and I think the board has to rope that in and make a decision. I think at this point we are in June. We had all the planning from last year. We were on a good start, and we couldn't pull it off for August. I don't know that we're going to pull it off before September 30th. So I'm offering an opportunity here of still keeping with what I think we need to do to promote our club and take advantage of the 40th anniversary. So I came up with something that could be a lot more inexpensive and not be formalized, but also could still represent our 40th. And the idea I came up with, this is just one idea, is in honor of our 40th would be to give new shirts to everybody. And I think, there we go. That is some awesome graphics there. I want everybody to know that it was Father Jim that got it on the screen, but that is my drawings right there. I did not have time at work to go online, but there's a million t-shirt places locally and online. And what I'm thinking of is a t-shirt, a nicer t-shirt that we could do work in, because like the Egg Fest and stuff. When we were at Egg Fest, the what are those other guys? The Rotary, yeah, that was it. They all had really nice shirts, and they were working in their really nice shirts. We were a ragtag team doing a lot of work, which is great, but we had nothing showing who we were. Not one person looked like they matched with another person. So what we used to do for Christmas in Immokalee is we would make these t-shirts up really cheap. And I'm thinking we should do something to that, but maybe bump it up to a nicer shirt. And so when we do volunteering for things, our members will all be coordinated in the same colored shirt in the same shirt. The shirts that I looked at had both male and female shirts. For a little bit more, you can get what's called a team shirt, like a soccer jersey that has a stripe down it or whatever, so we could look like a team. On the front, again, I just took a shot at it. I said member. I put our Northside Naples and our Kiwanis symbol. And what is a big thing in fashion today is all this established. They put established and then whatever year, Nike does that. All the sporting goods do that. So I think we could put established 1984. This way, we're not like Kiwanis. They had their 100-year shirt, and now you're kind of beyond 100 years, and now you're wearing this shirt that's like 3 years old, 5 years old already. So if you put established 1984, people can do easy math. 40 years we've been around. On the back of the shirt, where you're actually a billboard, it says you're a member. We can give or take that part, but established 1984, Kiwanis Club of Northside Naples in big letters. And then something like one child, one community at a time. That just seemed like the shortest one that tells them we work with kids in the community. And then when you get to talk to people, if they see your shirt and they ask you about it, you could tell them the community is the world. We help people all over, but basically for the last 40 years, we've been here in Naples. It's something that we could get advertising out of while we're actually doing what we love to do, which is volunteering.
I agree. We have time to do that. Right now, everybody wants to get out of here.
I agree.
I make a motion that we close up, and thanks to everybody who give the service today.
Another
Well,
comment?
We have one, yeah, we've got one more request from Mark Singer, Tim.
Okay.
Can
All
I
right,
just
so-
say
so-
something about the shirt?
So yeah,
A big problem that many of us, including me, is that they're not cotton. They're so uncomfortable when you're out there working and it's hot. If those t-shirts could be cotton, I would definitely vote for that.
We need
Okay,
to have a committee to do that, and
Yeah,
I would
right. Got a
recommend,
committee. Got a
I
committee.
would
Okay.
recommend that we put together a community, if you guys are interested in this idea for the 40th celebration. It would be substantially cheaper than doing a big event, obviously. And also, some of the shirts that I looked at, Susan, were 50, what is it? PS or SPF or whatever. So they block sun. And they were nicer quality shirts that they're not going to tear, pilfer, or whatever. And then we can also buy extra shirts so that if members want to buy a second shirt on their own, we'll get it at a discounted cost so they can have a clean shirt wherever they're at.
I made
So-
a motion, Mr. President,
Uh,
that we
Carol had
close up
something else to
and,
say.
and, you know, that,
Yeah, love that idea, Tim.
Okay. I have,
Please tell me that they're not going to be orange.
Yeah,
well, I've got a couple pair of orange shoes they'd match. No, they would be polite and professional. I mean, they would be nice shirts, probably sapphire. So we are running late, and I apologize for doing that. But we didn't have a meeting last month, so hopefully you held over a couple of minutes. I'm not ignoring you, Case, but I am going to ask Cheryl because she did get a specific request from Mark, who's not here. Can you table it, or do you want to say it quickly?
I'll say it very quickly. Mark would like to request $500 for the club to purchase supplies to make 25 birthday boxes for Ann Hughes foster care organization. And we would have her come to the club and do a presentation for her. And so we want to do, Mark is requesting $500 in order to purchase the supplies.
Okay, that comes out of the foundation. We have money there to do so. That's the motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second,
Susan seconding. Thank you very much, Susan. Any discussion?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
What's in the birthday
right.
boxes? What's in it? What's in the birthday
In the
box?
birthday boxes, Mark is suggesting a cake mix, a can of frosting, candles, a birthday card. We're going to try and make them so they're not boy and girl, that they're just kind of unisex, so that they can give them out to whoever they want. So some type of like crossword puzzle or something that, you know, would appeal to all kids. So some type of gift.
Okay.
Like I said, cake mix. Yeah, so he's getting that stuff together right now. He'll show that to us at the next club meeting so that we can move forward with that.
Excellent. Okay, so that was our discussion. Any other discussion? Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Just Mark Singer? Okay. All right, so it passes. Yeah, he makes a motion and then he okay, so
I'm
at this
still
point,
here. I'm still here.
at this point, he's starting to fade out on us. He's doing a Joe Biden, so we're gonna ask for a motion to end this meeting.
Case
My
did
final
already.
meeting as president.
Case already made a motion.
Thank you, Tim.
Made a motion. Somebody want to second that?
I will.
Thank you very much. Having heard that, everybody interested, any discussion about sticking around, or we want to go? All right, we're all gonna go. All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Tim.
Aye. Hope to see everybody Thursday.